Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Hivemind Recap Podcast. We are talking about August, the new releases from August today.
Half of August.
Half of them. Once or twice a year, as any longtime followers would know, sometimes there comes a month that is just so obscenely insane that we have to split these recaps into 2 episodes.
And it's usually in the summer. For some reason.
Unless your March just
year.
want to be different this year.
True.
You know, I feel like I probably would have petitioned March to be 2 episodes if we hadn't just combined January and February into one.
Yeah, I think we just also wanted to get March over with because Eric coming back.
We were very far behind, and we were like, let's get caught up. We are caught up now. We have been caught up for a while now. But August was insane. We knew that August was going to be insane at the end of our July recap. And, well, the month is in the books now, and we've got a whole lot of singles to talk about, and admittedly, we even removed a handful of singles just to even get it down to this point. So, there's a lot to talk about. Justin, Derek, Jacob, how you guys feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I was sore all last week, but apart from that, I'm all right.
You were sore?
Yes.
Was it from carrying a Pokemon thing?
If anything, I dropped the that was when I dropped the Charmander child.
Yeah, we're playing Pokemon. Justin set off a series of a chain reaction of events.
Look, I can't be blamed for what happened the last session. I didn't kill anything last time.
Okay, but if the Charmander didn't die...
You kill one baby lizard, and then suddenly someone decides they can kill their Snorlax. And then,
have you ever heard of the butterfly effect, Justin?
You mean the
No, I've heard of Schrodinger's Charmander.
Schrodinger's Charmander is crazy. Schrodmander.
Let's talk about some shows. Who all went to shows? I went to 2 this month.
I went to 3.
To nothing.
I didn't go to any. It's the Justin and Jacob show. As per usual, I feel like you guys are always going to shit.
Dude, September's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
I have the potential to go to 3 or 4 shows next month. We got tickets for 1, but
I'm already lined up for 1 next week, and that's the varsity headlining. But Jacob, if you just want to alternate, start with yours, and then we can alternate.
Well, my first one was Ice Nine Kills, August Burns Red, The Veil of Maya, and Mike's Dead. And
Mike.
Mike,
He deserved it.
It was my first time seeing Veil of Maya, actually, and it was exactly as Derek described, but with technical issues as well.
Oh, at least it gives you a little break in between some of the songs.
Dude, it was during Outsider, too. It was so sad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Lucas was having issues with his mic connecting. He had a wireless mic.
Mike's dead.
Eventually, yeah, Mike's dead. Yeah, so he had some issues with his mic, and eventually, I think after like 3 songs, they finally fixed it. But yeah, Veil of Maya is interesting live. It is just noise.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like Veil of Maya, but yeah, I honestly think it was the mix. I think that really affects it. August Burns Red was kind of the same. August Burns Red always puts on like a good show, like visually, but it all sounds the same. But then I think Ice Nine Kills was my favorite set this year.
Right.
I think their performance was the best I've ever seen from them. That being said, I think the set list was worse, funnily enough. But
what wasn't in the set list that you were hoping for?
I don't even know. Like, thank God It's Friday wasn't even in there.
Oh damn,
that feels wrong.
That feels wrong.
I don't even like Ice Nine Kills. That feels wrong.
They played the parody of Stacy's Mom, which was but I finally got to hear Worst Vacation live, which was awesome.
Let's go.
But yeah, it was definitely my favorite performance of the year. It's always a treat to see Ice Nine Kills. It's like watching a movie while while watching a concert at the same time. So, Justin's turn.
Yeah, so I went to a smaller show a couple weeks back. Funnily enough, the fucking venue is like very stereotypical, like biker bar. It was
Nice.
very small. I was not expecting it to like be the full venue, but
What venue is it?
It's a Scandals down in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
But it was a couple smaller bands. I only really went there for Rise Among Rivals, who were touring with a female vocalist-led band called Light Divided. And their openers were, in this order, Inhibitions, which is a metalcore band. I think they have 2 vocalists. And in Virginia, there's a band called Don't Think, which is a rap metalcore band with a DJ on stage. Funnily enough, a lot of their instruments were synthesized except a guitar that they had on stage. So it was a little bit weird to kind of enjoy, but they at least had some good energy for however many people there were there. And then a female vocalist-led band called Mag Dillon.
Damn,
They
this
were
is a
fun.
huge lineup.
Right?
Yeah. It's a lot of like smaller bands, but I think Mag Dillon may have put on the best show, the ones that I
Okay.
wasn't really expecting. I would probably recommend it. They had some really good energy. The vocalist she just put on a really good show. I was there for Rise Among Rivals, so we talked about them previously on the podcast. I didn't. I unfortunately, it was a work day, so I couldn't stay for like half of the Light Divided.
Mm.
But what I listened was pretty good. And it's just it's woman core band, so it's
Womancore.
it's not something my monkey brain gets into much. But Jake, I would definitely recommend at least Mag Dillon, and a Light Divided.
Before
They
you
weren't-
move on about Rise Among Rivals, they played Capulet Fest, but unfortunately on Sunday, not Saturday when I was there. They were like one of the handful of bands that played Sunday that I really would have liked to have seen on Saturday, but unlucky.
And they were a really good band. I would say.
I assume they
Mag
played
Dillon and
Convictions,
then-
right?
Yeah, Convictions
Yeah.
was really all I was there for.
Yeah, Convictions is so good.
It was so good live. Jacob.
Oh yeah, my next show was Bless the Fall Hollow Body's 10-year anniversary tour with oh god, who played that? Who was the first fucking band?
You got
I'm
it.
surprised
bro.
you don't remember this. 'Cause I know exactly who it
Dragged
is.
Under.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
there's another band. Yeah, it was Dragged Under, and then Kingdom of Giants, and then Caskets, and then Bless the Fall.
I forgot Caskets was on that.
I forgot Kingdom of Giants. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was first time seeing Bless the Fall in like 6 years, I guess.
That's crazy.
Whenever they stopped. When did they stop? I don't know.
2018, I think.
I think
I saw the
2018.
Hard Feelings tour, whenever that was.
It's probably
That
about
was the
5
first time
years ago.
That was like the first concert I went to ever, like by myself. It was crazy. And yeah, it was awesome. Like Dragged Under was actually surprisingly fun to watch. I was like
Their energy is so infectious
Mhm.
live. I've seen them twice. They are a live band for sure.
yeah, definitely. And Kingdom of Giants, I gotta say it again. I love the new clean vocalist. He's always my favorite to watch in that band. In the 2 times I've seen them, definitely my favorite part. And Caskets had tech issues, but it was kind of funny because what's his name, Matt, was like jumping around stage, like to different mics on the stage, like trying to sing songs while their guitarist was like trying to fix the mic. It was so funny, but it was really interesting. At the same time, it was honestly impressive how they like kept on like switching around and
Just making it work.
making it work. Yeah, Caskets is second time seeing them, I think, and always fun to watch. And Bless the Fall, I can't believe I got to see them again. Honestly, definitely a great live band. I was like, I think I was like, did I was really close to Bo when he came into the crowd. Anyway, but at the end of their set during Open Water, Lights came out and did her part. It was awesome. Yeah. Justin's turn.
I always forget that like they live there, right? Lights and Bo, aren't they Canadian? Sorry,
Lights is Canadian. I don't know if they live in Canada. I think they live in Vancouver. Honestly, they live in Vancouver, so West Coast. But I know. Bo said he used to live in Toronto for like 2 years or something. But anyway, I think she was traveling with them for the entire tour.
Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah.
The last show I went to, which was last week in Richmond, was the Hard Reset tour. The Ward Alive, Dark Divine, and Nerve.
Yeah.
The openers, there was a band called Vilify, and it's just basically Devil Wears Prada light, I would say.
Interesting. Like old Devil Wears Prada or new
old Devil Wears Prada?
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say like fairly heavy, like very little clean. So I kind of tuned out a lot of it. There was another band called Seasons, which is kind of similar. I have here on my notes here, the only song I really recognize was a cover of Misery Business that they did at the end of the set. Which I don't know why that song has been like in the headspace this year. Because fucking Axtay did one as a closer for their album earlier. It's like so fucking weird. And then we have Nerve. We're up next. Nerve
the boys
played a very similar set that they did when I saw them back in July. They played Blue again. They played Demons, Low, Still Breathing, Enough. They played both Bad Nature and Bad Habits, so they didn't play Not the One like they did in July.
The bad duo.
They ended with Bad Habits, which was good. But all in all, it was a great set. And the boys were great. I got a copy of their debut EP, whatever it's called. The one with Enough.
The Bad Habits EP.
Bad Habits EP, I guess. But yeah, I got that signed and everything, and they're all just stellar people. I was glad to see them again. Dark Divine, yeah, I could tell who was there for Dark Divine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have an image.
crowd to like Ice Nine Kills or
Motionless in White.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're basically motionless in White band. Because like all the stereotypical like face paint and everything was all there, and you could definitely tell who was there for that show. And they put on a good show. I'm still kind of interested in the album that they have coming out later this year. I'm not too. It's not like high on my radar. But they started with Drown, which is good. That's their best song.
I think their album comes out next week, actually. So we'll probably be talking about that in our September recap when we eventually get to it.
And then the last but not least was the Word Live on that set, which they the whole point of the tour was them playing their entire discography. So they had a range of songs from like the Hounds of Anubis to Slow Burn to Why Am I Like This? Just a wide fucking range of songs. It was a really good set. I would say the only thing is because like I wasn't too fond of like the earlier stuff, like pre Human or whatever that album was. Violent Desires.
Violent Noise, I think.
Violent Noise, yeah, there you go. But overall, it was like really good show. Nocturnal Future was really good live. I think that was probably my song of the set if I had to pick.
Nice.
And then Why Am I Like This was also really good. And Lighthouse, they did a really good set for Lighthouse. But that's all I had for last month. I'm going to the Varsity show next Monday. And then I think I have one more lined up this month. I haven't looked.
I've got a bunch lined up this month, like Bad Omen, Sleep Token. Probably like the top two.
Yeah, just
casual Bad Omens and Sleep Token and within weeks of one another.
Wherever that
within like 3 days from each other.
That's crazy.
And then Parkway's the next day after Bad Omens.
Are you seeing Red? Are they coming up to that area?
No, they don't tour Canada ever. I don't think they have passports or whatever. I don't know what it is.
I think I'm seeing them. I can't remember when that show is for me. I actually pulled it up. It is this month on the 19th. So that's
when I see Bad Omens.
That's a fucking Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday,
but it's in Virginia Beach, so I'll be down there anyway for work.
So Justin, you're going to a show on the 19th.
Yeah, I'm going.
Jacob,
you
have
a show on the 19th.
Are we all going to shows on the 19th?
Wait, because Conquer Divide are playing in Connecticut on Tuesday the 19th. So we could all be at a different show. I don't have my tickets for Conquer Divide. I don't have my tickets yet, but I might have to now.
Derek?
Yeah.
Are you going to a show on the 19th?
Yes.
What are you going to see?
I'm going to see Gavin Dance with Sim, with Indestruction.
That's awesome.
I gotta get tickets. I gotta get tickets to Conquer Divide and Icon for Hire now, I guess. Fuck me.
So we just have to post pictures from each different shows because that's gonna be hilarious.
Jacob, I'm gonna get to see the Rumbling live. I am so excited, bro. That shit is gonna go crazy.
Dude.
All right, we've been talking about shows for a while, Jacob. You went to one more this month, right?
I did. I do have one more. It's going to be brief. I saw NF and Corday.
Oh, okay. How was it?
It was surprisingly good. I've been obsessed with NF for the past few days after seeing him live. So, I'm not really into Corday's music, but a lot of like what NF writes about is similar to like a lot of scene music, honestly. Mm-hmm. So the topics, not necessarily the style of music, but the topics. Yeah, it was really good. I got a lot of NF songs saved now, so I went for my I got my brother and I tickets for his birthdays because that's like the one artist that we can like bond over. It's kind of funny.
It's a good artist to pick.
So with all that out of the way, we got 32 singles to talk about.
Yeah, man.
August was a little bit unhinged.
Before we get into it, be sure to follow us on social media at Hivemind Radio _ on Instagram and Twitter /X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We stream these episodes at the beginning of every month. Come hang out in the chat with us. And I think that's about it. Oh, check out the Spotify playlist as well. And follow us on Spotify for the audio versions of these episodes. Okay, let's start. First song in the month. Normandie have dropped their first new song since Dark and Beautiful Secrets, which was 2.5 years ago now. New song, Blood in the Water.
This is off their upcoming album, Dopamine, dropping February 9th, 2024.
Yes. And we are going to be talking about Normandie quite a bit until then, because they have announced that they are releasing a new song on the 1st of every month until the album drops.
Is that the strat now? Is that the best way to do it?
I'd hope not, because that's how many tracks is that?
I think
album?
six or seven.
Yeah, it's an 11-track album, and 7 of them are dropping.
So we stop listening at the end of October, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, because they're dropping.
I get Jake to listen to all of them and choose which one's the best, and then
good luck stopping me from listening to Normandie, one of my top 10 favorite bands of all time. Good luck with that one.
Jake can choose the 3 I listen to.
Actually, I fuck with that too.
They're not dropping the opener or the closer.
Thank God. Other bands, take notes.
Normandie, stay winning.
I would say Blood in the Water.
It's a Normandie song.
It's a Normandie song. I would say of the singles that they've dropped leading up to albums, so Ecstasy, Jericho, and then this. Yeah. I would say this is probably my least favorite.
Really?
I think this song is solid. I don't think it's one of Normandie's best. I still take most of Dark and Beautiful Secrets over this song. But then again, Dark and Beautiful Secrets was my album of the year. So, like, you know, it's kind of a high bar. But I'm just happy to have Normandie back, honestly. Philip Strand is just such an incredible vocalist. And it does sound like this album is shaping up to be less heavy. It seems to be, I don't know. Is it wrong to, like, make a reference to movements here? Am I out of pocket?
It's a little weird, but I get your vibe because I feel the same way. Maybe a little less drastically than I feel like did it, but there's definitely a vibe shift here.
Yes, this is not going to be a similar sounding album to Dark and Beautiful Secrets, I think. And that's fine. I
haven't heard the second song. I haven't heard the second single. But I wanted to highlight the I maybe it's cringy, but I think the hurt people slaps.
It does.
That's probably
I feel like that'd be a good moment live as well.
Oh yeah, no, like I can already tell. Like the songs that have dropped for this album so far, we'll talk about the next one next month, of course. But and I think these are going to be really good songs to play live, and I hope this is the album that gets them across the water.
I was about to say, these assholes never come to America. Like,
I don't think they ever have.
They have not.
Very selfish.
So.
Yeah. I might just have to, like, make a road trip to Sweden. Not a road trip.
A quick little road trip
across the water.
We're gonna have to go the long way around. I'll see you guys in the Bering Strait.
Might have to take a flight out to Sweden to see these guys at some point. I don't know, man. Catch Normandie and Amaranth in the same week or some shit.
Normandie, Imminence, Amaranth.
Imminence is coming here now. That's another highlight from August. Imminence is coming here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love Philip's voice inflection on "So Tell Me, Are You Fucked Up Too?"
Yeah.
This is
Philip can't do any wrong.
No, he easily, even if I wasn't like a super big fan of some of the stuff off the Dark and Beautiful Secrets, like he's easily one of the most consistent, I feel like, vocalists in the scene right now. Bro can't miss.
It's crazy that him individually on his Spotify is over 1 million monthly listeners.
He does a lot of EDM collabs, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's why.
What's that one? It's got like an orange cover. Y'all know what I'm talking
about. The Rivals.
Don't know.
Yeah.
The Rival one. The Let It Die.
Let It Die.
Let It Die. Yeah.
Let It Die.
That's the one that comes to mind.
Best one.
I think it's still crazy, like how almost underrated Normandie still are. Like they're sitting at 350,000 monthly listeners right now. I'm pretty sure that's shot up a fair bit since Blood in the Water came out. But even still, I feel like this band should be on par with like a Caskets or Holding Absence with like 1.5
dude,
million.
I looked at the 300,000 and I was like, what?
Right?
Like, so low. I was like, I thought they were at way more.
Yeah. Why do I feel like they were at like 700,000 on Dark and Beautiful Secrets? Am I tripping?
That's probably because that album dropped like, and then it like picked up pretty good pace. I don't think there's a lot of traction going on with this album cycle.
I think by the time the album drops, the album cycle is gonna pick up pace. But anyway, I feel like we've said enough about this song. Derek, do you want to take us away on these next few?
With words I never thought I would be saying, the Stories so far have dropped their newest single, Big Blind. This might be on something, I don't know, because I have never once in my entire life enjoyed the Story So Far song. I've always like lumped them in with Neck Deep as just pop punk that I don't like at all. And then I don't know where my friend texted me, and he was like, "Have you heard the Story So Far song yet?" And he knows. He's the biggest knower of my The Story So Far.
The biggest knower.
He's the biggest knower. And I was so confused why he asked me to listen to it. And I listened to it, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking good. Like it's not revolutionary by any means. It's 2.5 minutes, but it's catchy. It's fun. It's surface level, but it's pop punk.
This sounds like State Champs.
Yeah, it really does. Another band that, for the most part, has been like a general, indifferent for me. They got a couple good ones, but you know, this style of pop punk is not something I usually gravitate towards, and for some reason, I don't know if it's the summer vibes or what, but this one got me. You know, I was like, fuck it. Probably Jake or Justin will like this one too. So I threw it in here.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This
Let's
is
go.
very easy listening. Like, not something I'll throw on repeat super often, but like this comes on, I'm not complaining.
No. Have you guys, either of you ever listened to the story so far before?
No.
I thought I did. I must be tripping balls because I apparently didn't. But they sound familiar. I think it was maybe Out of It. I may have heard once before. I would have to go back and look and see what band I'm confusing them with. But like, I feel like I've heard them before.
They've been on a couple big like pop punk tours, as far as I know. I think they went on tour with the Maine a while ago. They were slotted right under All Time Low at Sad Summerfest a couple years ago.
I was gonna say the story so far, another one of those bands like the Maine and All Time Low, which are like bands I'm aware of but have actively never listened to. When I like probably should at least listen to them, so you forced me to listen to them by suggesting this song, and you know, it's pretty all right.
I'm worried that I've spent too much time calling the story so far mid, and now this song is going to be like the activation. Now I'm going to become a big fan, and my friend's going to laugh at me. Fucking loves the story so far, and I've always told him, no. I gotta hope this doesn't unlock the rest of the discography. I'm never going to hear the end of it.
That'd be funny.
Speaking of summer vibes, Grant is out with his newest single, High Enough, featuring Lil J.
Maybe I deserve it. I don't wanna fight. It's no longer worth it. And if we have lost a bit of the magic.
This is Grant's second ever appearance on the podcast, and who would have guessed I did the first one back in awards for 2021. I think he put up my number 3 song of the year with Move On. As far as I know, very little to no actual connection with the scene. Involved with some artists who have done
this is Derek's side of like EDM enjoyment coming out.
Yeah, and the reason why I put this in here, because normally if I put like EDM in here, it's because it's some like Sullivan King or some collaboration with a scene band. With this, for me, it was just like, this is close enough to like a pop rock electronic fusion. Shit is still ridiculously hot outside. I feel like summer is not over, and
there's a heat wave hitting right now. Like,
yeah, I was about to say tomorrow's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
this sounds like a Palmist single.
You know,
I
now
can
that
see
you
it.
say
Actually,
that, it kind of does. Yeah. I really enjoyed this, and it felt pop rock adjacent enough that I'm like, yeah, I could. If you squint, I could sell this. But really, it's just we're wrapping up the summer. Keep the good vibes going. This to me is something that's perfect for like, it's hot outside, put the windows down, go drive. Like, very vibey, very
easy listening.
Simple, but yeah, exactly.
It is hot as hell outside.
That is true.
Speaking of hell, we're going to hell with Nevertheless's new single, Going to Hell.
But you know that I'm right. We'd always collide. Forget about anyone but yourself. We're out of divide. Need you by my
Wowza.
You're a sick man for that transition.
That was brilliant.
You gave me that one.
Yeah, that was a layup. We're like Kobe and Shaq.
Dare I say that one was a
Love it.
mistake? Nope. No.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Not yet.
You're walking
never
on a
let-
tightrope, Jake.
We're all doomed.
Slow down, please. So these guys are back from their debut album, Afflictions, which dropped December last year. This is their first new single. I thought this was really good. I think it fits on like Afflictions is like being better than like half that album.
I still think
agree.
the song is fine.
There it
like
is.
I feel like this band is one of those bands that I would love live, but their like mix just sounds like muddy still. I don't know. It sounds a little flat and muddy to me, and that kind of takes me out of it.
It's all self-produced, so that may be why.
Yeah.
See,
But-
I semi agree, I semi disagree. I feel like it was an off and on issue with their last album. Some felt like really, some were like, I don't want to say like unlistenable, but you know what I mean? That like I had that exact problem with it. It was exactly half the album too.
Well, yeah, I think half that album like had dropped like in 2021.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
actually, looking
like
at
it
the
was
thing,
more.
that
It was
checks
more
out.
so like a collection of singles, but
Well,
I think what I
still
really
like
like
this
about
a
this
lot.
band is the dynamic with the two Cleans vocalists and
oh,
one
absolutely.
of them
Oh,
doing
definitely.
uncleans.
It reminds me a lot of the new Low in that respect, because they had the two clean vocalists. So I guess both of them also did unclean. But
Mhm.
I love bands like that, and I think that half of Affliction was really, really good. And I agree with you, Justin. I think that this is good and better than half of that album. I think that is a perfect assessment.
Mhm.
I like this a lot personally. I it's been a while since I listened to any of the songs I had saved off Affliction, so I kind of forgot there was going to be like they do breakdowns. So this one kind of took me off guard a little bit. I was like, oh shit! Like I knew when we were getting there, but yeah, overall, very dropping the line, pleasantly surprised with this one. Which I feel like at this point, Justin, now I get at least like 2 pleasantly surprised from you a month.
I've got you. I've
I
got
was
you
gonna
on lock.
say this year you've been pulling through.
Justin pulled
Now
through
do
for
it.
me last year. Justin's pulling through for you this year.
And then I fucked Jacob over with fucking Noia.
Yeah, I was just about to say that means that the next person in rotation for 2024 is Jacob,
True.
unless it's Justin's turn to fuck over himself.
He got me with varsity though.
That is true.
That is true.
Oh shit, we've escalated the cycle. It's all fucked up.
No,
The timeline is
first-
stopped.
First it was Imminence, then Noia, then varsity. What's next?
I don't know. I gotta find some Swedish band to fuck you over with.
No,
Um,
varsity is
I don't. I
honorary
don't have,
Swedish.
I don't have Sweden, but I think these guys are German. We've got Glass Waves, a new band for the podcast, with their second single, Mistakes.
I'm upside down. Guess I thought that I found myself, but I found out I'm somebody else.
I'm just here to say these guys are very much not German.
Are they
They're,
not?
I'm pretty sure they are in New York. Because I was just checking
That's
out their
probably
Instagram
right.
page earlier, and I saw that they are opening for the Icon for Hire tour. Is like one of the local openers.
I kind of just glanced at the side profile and was like, are they German? I thought they were, but not
I'm
though.
glad you
They're-
said something because I was gonna be like, these guys kind of sound German. Like,
No. But yeah, this is a fucking sophomore single.
that shit's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So
Sophomore
that-
single, 17,000 monthly listeners,
That's crazy.
and it sounds
Band's
really
off to a
good.
solid start. For sure.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Dead Dreams, I don't think, but I think this single was better. Mostly because of the out of left field breakdown.
I feel like the song had a weird structure to
Yeah,
it that made
it
it pretty
did.
captivating.
I was
Engaging.
intrigued the entire time. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely very engaged. This reminds me of another band who does a similar sort of thing called Afterglow. There's a song called Like a Wave that I think I put in one review episode. I don't even know if it was this year. But it's the same sort of thing that I don't know how to describe it until I listen to the two songs together, and it just in my head I'm like, this makes sense. And I think it's the way that they incorporate the heavy verses and that the tone of the instrumentation in the verses is almost like a breakdown, but not really. If that makes sense at all, maybe I'm tripping balls.
No, I think I get you. There's a couple other bands we talked about on the podcast that I can't, none of them come to mind at the moment, but I feel like it's a very similar kind of safe structure almost.
Mhm.
It took me a little bit to get into the instrumentals for this one, admittedly. I think it was like a weird mix of like very slow guitars. I think it took like a couple listens in the chorus to really catch me, but I think this band's definitely a band to keep your eye on.
Oh, absolutely. I am very interested to see where this. Do you know if like this is eventually going to end up on an EP or anything?
I think it's an EP, if
Okay.
I remember correctly.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's slated for this year, but I believe
Oh.
it's some sort of EP.
I've I'd be okay with it being next year. I think I've carved out a nice little top 10 EPs at this point, somehow, some way. After my only EP up until April was Ice Spice.
I'm still working on mine, surprisingly. We're still on my train. There's no getting off this one. We've got Awaken I Am back with their second single since their comeback off a upcoming album. The single is titled Tightrope.
Maybe I'm just scared to grow, too afraid of letting go. I confess I'm so alone.
I don't think
Okay.
this is yours.
This is his. But
This
I
is
think
everybody's.
This is no.
I mean,
Jake,
you know what?
No. Jake had a very bad opinion about this song when it
Oh,
came
I
out.
have
really?
changed my
Give you
mind.
the opportunity to redeem yourself.
I have changed my
missed that.
mind. This song is far better than what was the last song called? Help.
Relic.
Relic.
Relic. For some reason, I had Medic in mind.
Yeah. That's what you were gonna need if you had a bad take on this, buddy. I'm gonna be so
No,
for real.
This
Really?
song, Tightrope, has grown on me over the course of the month. When it first dropped, I thought it was kind of underwhelming, but nah, this song's good. I still think I prefer most of their last EP and Roses more, but this is better than Relic, and it has great vocal deliveries, cool instrumental-ish breakdown thing. It's a solid post-hardcore song.
Hey, this is my single of the month.
That's
Oh no, I can't agree.
no,
It's
I
up
can't
there,
agree
though.
with it. It is definitely
It's-
top 5.
Dude, the fucking guitar work and the bass work they've got in these last two singles is nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
bass has always been the highlight of this band for me, and it just continues to shine.
and Jimmy's vocals are continue to elevate. I really hope that this is a 2023 album. It's looking like this is only the second single, so I'm theorizing it's dropping in November. If it's December, it's gonna be really hard to call for like a top 10.
please no.
Yeah,
Is
I really
Roses on
hope
the
not.
album? No, right?
no.
No.
You know what they should do? They should drop this album on February 9th.
No.
They should drop it on September 19th.
I'd be okay with the September 19th drop, admittedly. I think that day doesn't have a lot going on, admittedly, but
What's the
Um,
first
what do you
Friday in
mean?
January?
What do you mean? We're all going to a concert that day. It has a lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm talking about single wise.
I need this. I need this on January 5th, folks. I need like a full year with this. Because if they drop that shit in December, I'm gonna be mad because I know it's not gonna make my top 10. I'm gonna be pissed, and then it's gonna end up making it retroactively. I'm gonna be even more mad.
Give me a November drop, and I think we're fine. I want to reference some singles or some lyrics on this, but I did not pull it up because I thought I had.
I got you. I'll go. It's the
go
chorus
for
for me. It's maybe I'm just scared to grow, too afraid of letting go, and I confess I'm so alone. I'm on a tightrope, scared to die. Young.
It's such a good song. Let me pull up
The
ones
lead
that
into
I
the
have
instrumental
listed.
breakdown is also sick. Like, you get a slight pause before it hits.
That's what I was thinking. Was and now it's clear I've come undone. We said that what's done is done. Now I'm aware I'm drawing blood to settle what I've become.
Yeah.
And then the instrumental breakdown just fuck. If these guys drop this album this year, it's somewhere up there. As if anyone was doubting otherwise. All right, my train's gonna stop at some point. This is the last of my my run here for a little bit. We've got Led by Lanterns dropping their next single, Better Alone. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I think I meant to say this is their best single since their album.
This band has just fallen off since the release of Paralysis, and I don't know why, because this song is solid, but when Led by Lanterns were dropping a single leading up to Paralysis, I was like really fucking excited. Like, when the days that Led by Lanterns were dropping new songs, it was like, oh shit, Led by Lanterns are dropping a new song, and now it's like, oh, Led by Lanterns are dropping a new song. I don't know what happened. I've just lost my excitement for this band, and I'm mad at myself for it.
Yeah,
This
it's
song
strange
is good.
because Disappear dropped before this. I thought Disappear was also pretty good. But I think this really has like the best parts of Led by Lanterns, especially off some of the stuff of Paralysis. I think it's like a blending of I want to say Satellite and Catacombs, but it's not like the heavier parts of Catacombs. It's like the more instrumental heavy. And they're also just really talented guys, so it's like it's crazy that they get like overshadowed a lot in some of the music that's dropping. But you know, I think this is really good. It's got a really catchy, clean chorus. The da 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 into the instrumental breakdown is also really good. It's got a really good, very crisp structure. I think it's very replayable. Probably one of the most replayable songs on this playlist.
I really like the vocal melody in the chorus, even if not as high on the song as a whole. This is another like Jake Justin duo band that I've yet to be sold on fully, but like you said, very overall talented. I don't know what the disconnect is for me, because everybody's talented. The vocal melody is good. Maybe I'm missing something. Who knows?
Could be the lyrics. I don't think the lyricism, at least on these last couple of singles, have really stood out that much.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens. I think we need like another EP or album to like really see what they're capable of.
I will say, if there is one thing that I've always enjoyed about this band, it is the color aesthetic of all of their like single and album covers. That like pink, blue, purple, red. It's just like so guaranteed for me. It's the same reason I like why can't I think of the name of that one era album, Jacob, from 2018?
Neon.
Yep. That Neon album cover is one of my favorite of all time for that exact reason.
I wish they would incorporate that style into some of their merch, because I'm looking at their merch right now and it's not too catching. But if they like apply some of that style into some of their merch, like give me a fucking red, black acid dye tee, like fuck, that'd be great. I need more red in my wardrobe. All right, Jake, you take this next one.
They are back from the dead. Sad Heroes have returned with a new single, We Are All Doomed.
And oh, it feels like we're all down. I could lay beside the dead as I watch the.
They said they were breaking up, and I don't know if the band is back together or if it's just the lead vocalist like turning Sad Heroes into a solo project now. I don't know. What I do know is that Sad Heroes is back with a banger of a song.
Can they do that? Is that allowed? Can they say they're going and then come back?
I think
That feels
so.
that feels illegal.
You're right. As
You
far
baited
as
us
I know,
all.
yeah, I think, from my understanding, is that the lead singer was kind of the brains of the project when everybody was still together. And then the band kind of just like gave up. And then he was like, oh, well, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to stop making music and like stick to like producing and writing and stuff like that. And then I think my impression is that he realized at some point, he's like, no, I want to still like be a creative and share it with the world through my voice. And he was basically the mastermind of Sad Heroes to begin with. He just kept the band name and came back and sang. So I don't know if there's any new dudes in this or if it's just him or what, but of the old roster, I believe it's only the singer.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at, I'm looking at the Facebook right now, and it looks like the decision to stop back in 2021 was just not something that all members wanted to keep doing. But it's good to see him back, because this is like my surprise of the playlist of something I missed and then really enjoyed.
There's one lyric that I really enjoy, and not even necessarily lyric, just a vocal delivery in the second verse, where it's I'm the cause of the problem and I don't even care. I could tell you I hate you because you're not there. And then I don't know what to call it, a mad fucking narcissist constantly unaware. Just the delivery on that last part has a little bit more aggression to it leading into the chorus that I really appreciated.
I will say that little like down-tuned guitar screamy bit, I don't even want to say it was more like a bridge than anything else. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
I thought I mean, they did like screams in the old, I'll say old material, like it's not like 2 years old, but it felt much more like old movements, like emo-y. It has a different vibe to it. It's darker, but it's less depressed, I feel like, or less emo.
I can agree with that,
Weird.
yeah.
I fuck heavy with it though. Last iteration of the band is so good. I went and bought a CD because I thought I'd never be able to get to hear them again. Now, boom, new material, best feeling in the world. I love this.
Hell yeah.
Is this one that we could all agree on? Have we had like 2 of those now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we all agree on Normandie? Did we all like Normandie? Is that 3?
I think
No.
this one and Normandy are both just good. Not like anything amazing, just good.
Unlike
Tightrope's the big
Mayhem.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, Tightrope is the big one.
Time will tell if we hit another one that all 4 of us. I think there's 1 or 2 more that all 4 of us might agree on later in the playlist, but we'll get there.
Nearly
Jacob, take us away on this next one.
Torrential Rain have released Fountain of Youth. Which is a metalcore song.
It certainly is.
This is off their upcoming album Digital Dreams, dropping November 17th.
Ooh.
I'm intrigued, if nothing else.
I think this is like this band is always interesting. Ever since Differentiate dropped, I was like intrigued because they had like a song that sounded like Dance Gavin Dance as well, right? Didn't I think?
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so this intrigued me. I don't think it's as good as like Differentiate, but it's still pretty solid.
It's them and Dead by April that I surprisingly like, given my tastes. I think they just do cleans really, really well, and it really shines in this song as well. Some of my favorites from them are Left Outside and Home Alone, and this kind of bridges the gap between some of their heavier stuff and the old stuff that I like that was more cleans focused. The single artwork also looks beautiful.
Yes, they are very good at their artwork too.
Mm-hmm. They've shown the album artwork, and it also looks really good. So I think they do a really good job of blending cleans and uncleans in their music in general.
I also like the almost theatrical breakdown. I don't know how else to explain it. It sounds like fucking Ice Nine Kills.
I feel
I
like
did not pick up on that, but
you could hear it in the
Fair, I
build up,
guess.
and then in the it's not the it's kind of subtle. So
okay.
There's also a crazy amount of blending of electronics with guitars on
yes,
this.
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's why I like this. Is they're doing something different for metalcore, and that's what we definitely need because metalcore is a genre I've been trying to get further and further away from recently because
Agreed.
It's definitely stagnated.
It's filled with all the same. Yeah, I'm glad Torrential Rain's doing something at least a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff this month, and a lot of stuff this month kind of wasn't really metalcore focused. A lot of it kind of deviated from that. We of course got some metalcore stuff later on as singles, but I think like albums in general, like some of the bigger name stuff. I think there's a lot of individuality that's coming out now. Albeit that, whether it be like some of the bigger releases like Sleep Token or Bad Omens, whether that's influenced it, who knows? But I'm excited what the next couple of years are going to look like, and I think Torrential Rain are on a good track to make this upcoming album something that could be a sleeper hit.
True.
I don't love this song, but they're definitely a band to keep your eye out on for.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bands to keep your eye out on, we got Soft Spoken back with their next single, Alone.
Just out of touch.
the single released early on their Patreon, so I had it about a month before it dropped. So admittedly, this is probably the single in the playlist I've had the most time with. It's still probably like in my top 3 singles of this month. Just because I really enjoy the combination of instrumentals, the vocal delivery all throughout. Really enjoy the chorus, starting with where is it at? I missed that signal when you shot your flare out at night. I know it's burning because I'm just out of touch in that life. I don't mind to sink, out of sight, out of mind. I miss the day you said goodbye to me. Really good, crisp chorus. This is probably their catchiest single, I would say.
It's either this or Love Talk.
Love Talk is also really good.
I can't decide if I like this one more than Love Talk or not. I'm very torn.
I think Love Talk was a bit heavier. This is a bit easier to listen to. But overall, I think both of them stand pretty well together, kind of hand in hand. My understanding is there isn't any plans for an album yet with these in mind. I think they're just dropping singles, just dropping as is. But Southspoken always are one of the more consistent bands. Even if some of the stuff of Where the Heart Belongs didn't really like stick out all that much, like Sleight of Hand and Realign, those two really didn't catch me. But like they're 2 for 2 after that drop this year. Derek, Jacob, you got anything else on this?
I think it's my favorite soft-spoken song. I definitely like it more than Love Talk, and it's. I'm thinking about what is that one song? Bones. Yeah, Bones.
Bones. Yeah,
that might be the only one contesting it. But if it's not number 1,
Bones
it's number 2. So
Bones is my favorite as well.
we're trending. We're trending in the right direction.
I love the very unexpected breakdown on this too. Like you didn't think it would work.
Right? I had the same sort of reaction as I did with the Neverless track. I feel like you always now, in the same way that you put like 2 songs a month at least into the playlist that like have gotten me, you also put in like 2 a month that have surprise breakdowns like out of nowhere. I feel like that's been pretty consistent too.
I don't know where it happens. It just kind of does.
Or gravitates towards it. It's a surprise breakdown magnet.
I enjoy cleans with a heavy breakdown. What can I say?
So post-hardcore.
Justin likes post-hardcore.
Genres are dumb anyway.
Yeah, fuck
Justin,
genres.
what do you think
Genres are
about?
dumb.
What do you think about Landon Tours being very angry?
Wait, were you asking me or Justin?
No, Justin.
Okay.
Kindness forgotten.
That wasn't where I was
By
going
the
with
pot
this,
in
but-
you, everyone. Forgotten. Guys, just keep serving them. Like, come on. What else am I supposed to do?
Crazy.
So
Dude, this
now
guy's
that,
nuts.
now that we're here on this song with Plot, I think more so than any other month this year, Jacob and I are in alignment on some of my favorite songs of the month.
Interesting.
This shit bangs.
Really? Do
I
feel
really
you
like this.
I feel like you like it more than I do.
I don't know if this is my favorite of the recent singles of there, but like of the first half of this month, this is definitely one of the standout songs for me. It was such an easy addition into my I'm fucking pissed playlist, and I haven't had a ton of those songs this year, so I think that's kind of why I've gotten attached to it, and just that it is an angry, pissed off, heavy Plot song. And honestly, I haven't had too many super heavy, angry, pissed off songs this year. So this song was just scratching that itch, so to say.
I'll take it. I think Jake likes this song more than I do. I'm just happy to get some heavy Plot. I don't know if I want like more of it. I kind of like Landon singing more than his screaming, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's angry.
He's very angry.
He's angry. and it reminds me a lot of his solo project, AI 640, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And which is like about a robot who like escapes its lab and tries to destroy the human race or something like that.
This was wild.
Something like that. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, this is this took me by surprise. I was not expecting to get a
Oh yeah, I mean, after
a
Left
song
Behind
like
and
this.
Divide, with how like almost radio friendly those two songs were. This is
Apparently these aren't
very
attached to anything anyway at all.
What?
Either.
interesting.
They're not? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's the
Honestly, like, I can kind of get it after the success of Feel Nothing and how much that song has gone viral. Maybe they're just hoping to like farm viral singles or something, and I can't blame them at this point.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. They're not attached to anything. Also, the artwork's creepy.
Very.
It really is.
The music video is also creepy as fuck.
Oh, I don't think
I
I've
don't know if
seen
you
it.
guys- it is one of the creepiest music videos I've seen all year. I would and also would not recommend at the same time. To touch on some other things on the song, the drop in all of the instruments into the breakdown is sick as fuck. Because you get, like, Landon delivers, like, the first half of the thing, and you think the breakdown's gonna come, and then he just, like, keeps going. And then the breakdown hits, like, definitely stand out, very unique. And then I also really like how the lyrics change up for the last, like, quote-unquote chorus of "This is for the ones who put poison in their vein, to society degrades, hope their children can escape," instead of, like, "This is for the ones who put needles in their skin," or something like that. I just really like that change up in the quote-unquote chorus, and yeah. Big fan of this plot song, surprisingly.
I can't wrap my head around the fact that Jake likes this song and I don't.
I can't believe. I think it's just good. I think it's like the Normandie song and the Sad Hero song, just good.
It feels wrong saying that Forgotten is maybe my favorite song we've talked about so far, but like if it's not my favorite, it's like 2 or 3.
Fucking crap.
That's crazy. Mine is definitely Tightrope. Well, we can move along, I think.
Let's talk about High Regard, who have dropped a brand new single, Dead to Me, featuring Charlie Rolfe of As Everything Unfolds.
You'd be fucking dead to me if I didn't have this much sympathy. Now I run you a symphony, say I'm dead.
Take a guess at who added this song to the playlist, and take a guess at who really likes it because of a specific feature. Hard question,
Jacob?
I'm sure. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Can you answer this question?
Jake, was it Justin? I don't know.
Close.
This is tough. Was it
You
me?
gave
Was it me?
Eddie the playlist link.
Wait, what, did I add this? I can't remember. I have amnesia.
I think it says Jacob right there on the playlist. I
It does say
think it did.
Jacob. Yeah, it says Jacob.
Yeah, so I caught wind of this song because of the feature by Charlie of As Everything Unfolds, gave it a listen, thought the chorus was extremely catchy, had it on repeat for a handful of days before the rest of August was fucking insane. That's kind of it. Really cool chorus. Charlie sounds great as per usual, and this is a smaller up and coming little UK pop rock-ish band to pay attention to. I don't have too much to say about it. It's just got a really solid chorus. The two vocalists bounce off of one another great. It's a fun listen. Would recommend.
This song's all right. I think it's better than the Plot New song, honestly.
I'll take it.
It definitely has one of the
take
catchier choruses, I feel like, out of all the singles that dropped this month.
You'd be fucking dead to me if I didn't have this much sympathy is a banger line.
And there are a lot of little, like, 1 or 2 liners in the song,
Mhm.
I feel like, that really, they either hit or they're simple enough to make them resonate.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not always laying in bed with my makeup on, you know. it's still, I get the vibe of it, and that's enough.
Yeah. I got another song to introduce you guys to. Unfinished Business by Faye.
Unfinished business. I wasn't ready for this, 'cause my mind
if anyone here is gonna like this, Derek, it would be you. So how you feeling?
Yeah, it reminded me. I knew instantly who put this in the playlist. Let me say that much. This came on. I was like, "Yep,
It
this
was
is
me.
right." This to me feels almost like a certain side of Mothica, but like the light version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
That's a
good.
good comparison, actually.
This is very, very, very similar to Mothica.
Yeah.
And specifically Nocturnal as an album. Faye released an EP earlier this year, and I thought it was very average, with really only one or two songs that stood out. This song surprised me with how much I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of it comes down to the guitar tone in the chorus that feels really dark, and I just really like it. The line of unfinished business, I wasn't ready for this because my mind is still running through every single what if. As someone that has been prone to overthinking things before, yes.
Just yes.
Just yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed this song. I had this on repeat a fair bit a few days after it came out, before the rest of August swamped me, similar to Dead to Me. I had these past two songs on repeat, like back to back, for a handful of days, and then, we'll get to it. But solid song. Justin.
This one's gonna be fun. We've got a new band for the podcast, Via Sky, with their single Salvation Damnation.
What a name.
Hey guys, I added this one to the playlist. Can you tell?
No.
Kinda.
This one
I was a little
surprised me.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
I liked the mix of cleans and uncleans in this. Even though uncleans dominated it, I think the way it was introduced with an underlying cleans kind of all throughout it made it a bit more enjoyable to listen compared to like most metalcore, where it all kind of just sounds the same. Mind you, it still has some of those problems in this, and that kind of tunes me out from some of it. But the cleans and uncleans mixture, the cleans chorus, and then a little bit of the rap before the breakdown, I thought it was all just super interesting, and it's a short enough song, 3.5 minutes. I thought it was a good single.
That little rap bit was kind of the only thing that had me interested with this before the breakdown. When I was
They
talking
could've done
about
more of that.
when I was talking about the Neverless song earlier sounding flat and muddy, I feel like this song has it even worse in my opinion.
This is a sophomore single as well.
Yeah. So like I'm not expecting the best of the best when it comes to a mix off a sophomore single.
Yeah.
But even still, like the guitar tone and like the vocals almost like they blend into each other too much. I don't know if that even makes sense. But I was not vibing with this one all too much.
Yeah, and I didn't really have that much of a problem, but I still kind of tuned out a lot of the unclean stuff. It was mostly the mixture, and I think they were doing some pretty good stuff that kind of brings my interest in metalcore a little bit up, personally. But I don't think they do anything different much more than like any other bands that you'd probably listen to, admittedly. But I saw these guys on my Discover Weekly. They are dropping a debut EP at some point with this on it, so we'll see how that goes. Now I'm back on my normal bullshit. We've got Galleons dropping their newest single off their upcoming album titled Violent Delights. And the album Violent Delights was dropping the same day as the Normandie album, February 9th, 2024.
Whoa.
And that's why I think it would be funny if Awaken I Am also announced their album for February 9th.
Yeah, so that's three bands that
2024.
break my heart and make me have to be more flexible on my 2023 album of the year. Alright, so I know how everyone's feeling on this, but go ahead and voice your opinions.
Burn Uncleans are just not doing it for me. and it's tragic.
I feel like they've lost their charm to me.
This
like,
sounds
obviously
like Idola.
honestly,
Well, yeah,
it kind of
yeah.
does.
I mean, it's a lot of influence, especially with Andrew Wells featuring on the closer for the album.
I think here's my problem is that, and Justin, I think I expressed this to you, is that when you and I first heard, I think you introduced him to me. I don't think it was the other way around. I think you found him and tagged me. And they had like 200 monthly listeners or some shit, that 2018 album. Nobody sounded like Galleons. They had their own distinct, very almost like adventurous sound. And I feel like now the fact that you can compare them to an Idola means that they've lost some of that uniqueness, at least for me. And now it's just like, obviously Tom Byrne is still talented. I've never been a huge fan of his Uncleans, but like the dude is still a fucking beast. And I don't know the name of their guitarist. It slips me. I know it's something Russian. But he's super talented too. I don't mean to discredit the band. It's just I think at this point in the direction that they've gone, I don't think there will ever be a point where I get more than like 2 or 3 songs off an album and call it a day. I think that ship has sailed. I've gone east, Fievel's gone west.
I'm hoping the fact that Chris Crummett is doing the mastering for the album will help that a little bit, but that may also be why it kind of sounds like Dola. Me personally, I think this is some of Galleon's best work, but I think a lot of the previous album trumps this. I think a lot of the storytelling as well in the last album kind of really touched on my good bones. This kind of falls into place with a lot of stuff off of Metropolis. And it's still something I really enjoy. I love the Shakespeare references to Romeo and Juliet. The chorus is super catchy. I think the shift from Tom's Uncleans toward the start, referencing Shakespeare as a prophet, and then toward the end when he does it again, there's that lyrical shift. I think it's a really cool. Tom does really good with like lyrics and everything, and in anything he does in both Galleons and in Valiant Hearts. Something about this really caught on to me. It's got a really good instrumentation that I'm just adoring, keeps me coming back to it. It's just unfortunate that I seem to be the only one that can really catch on to Tom Byrne's stuff nowadays, but it is what it is. I am excited for this album though. It's got an Andrew Wells feature. It's got some other features that I took a note of, but obviously don't remember because I'm not smart in the slightest. I will answer that in just a moment. It's got a fucking Rio Kaneshita, or however they say his last name.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And a Craig Owen feature. Well, Tom actually went to Japan with Rio and helped with his Gnosis, I believe is his solo project.
Yeah,
or Kenosis, however you say
I'm
it.
so sad he's gone from Crystal Lake. That's still one of my favorite live performances ever, Crystal Lake. Tangent started, but sorry.
All good. But yeah, I'm of course, you know me, I'm going to be excited about anything Galleons drops. One day I'll get everyone. One day. But it's not that day. And then I will have full control. Speaking of control, Foreign Affair dropping their next single, Control, off their upcoming album, Still Frame.
Feeling so back and forth, coming to terms with it all. Don't you dare call it love.
This is the second best A Foreign Affair single behind Rearview.
I'm
Agreed.
surprised. I personally, I think it's top 4, top 5. I really like Day by Day. Rear View is good. I think this is better than Mortal Enemy, so I'll say top 3.
I enjoyed this. This is a solid song.
Almost pretty good.
I don't have too much to say because I only listened to it like 2 or 3 times. But
I liked the
Solid
second
song.
verse. It's just got a really good, fun vocal delivery all throughout it. Like the lyrics, like "caught up in your waistline." I think that's what like really sold me on the song because they were like teasing it. Foreign Affair is like one of the more consistent bands that really is going places. I think them and Sunsleep we'll be talking about later. I think them signing to SPG has really kind of elevated their sound and their dynamics and everything. And I'm excited. This album drops next month on the 20th of October, so it's definitely going to be very much enjoyable.
I'm cautiously optimistic for this album.
A lot of singles have dropped for the album, admittedly.
Yeah.
I think like a 4
But,
or
like,
5.
Yes, but in my case, I know you've listened to the singles a lot, Justin. I've been specifically waiting for a Foreign Affair to announce the album for me to properly give every song a chance. So I haven't added any of the singles to my playlist. So when I go into that album, I'm hoping for the best, that they can like sell me on everything. Because I still think Rearview and Control are solid songs, but I want to wait for the album to fully commit myself to, you know what, this band is good. And I'm hoping that when we get to discussing the album in October, I will be convinced of that.
The album also has a Johnny Craig feature, so that'll be fun. Either way, we have a break. We have a stop on my dumbass train. Derek.
Yes, sir. Maywin, my babies are back with their newest single, February 6th.
You just wanna be alone. Keep any distance from the funerals.
There is something about emo bands from Kentucky. Kentucky is my Europe. Like, Kentucky is to me what Europe is to
Kentucky
Justin.
is for
Kentucky is
lovers.
Kentucky.
Why is it the one thing that you remember when you're here from Virginia?
Oh God! I mean, like, what? Who else from Kentucky? Emerosa,
Colonel.
Too Close to Touch. They win. Colonel Sanders, my emo king. The fourth
Kentucky Fried
horseman of the
Chickens from
apocalypse.
Kentucky.
Oh God! I want to see like an AI cover with like I don't know, Drown by Bring Me the Horizon, but it's just Colonel Sanders instead. Somebody needs to make that happen. Bring
Have
Me the
you already
Colonel.
checked to see if that exists?
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Maywin pulling through to be what Movements no longer is, for the most part. This band will always just I feel like everything they touch for me turns to gold. I don't really love this style of emo rock all the time. I feel like it's kind of a evolution almost, or natural evolution of bands like Death Cab for Cutie. And they did a Death Cab for Cutie cover at one point. But I really, really enjoy this. And I've seen their monthly listeners went up from like 300 to 800 now, which is hell yeah. Shout out Maywin. I think there's going to be an EP at some point that this will be off of, but I say classic Maywin like they've got like a long ass discography, but they've always got like this very raspy, emo, screamy delivery with these depressed ass lyrics about like loss and devastation, struggling with your mental health. Like it's everything that you would expect an emo band to be, but they're doing it really well and filling a void that I feel like either a lot of bands are no longer doing or moved past, but this still somehow feels fresh to me. Maybe it's just because there's a general lack of those type of bands in the space. I don't know, but I
made
really,
a call
really
to the
enjoy
void
this.
and found Maywin.
Yup, exactly. I
That's
pulled
a
out my
reference to
summoning
next
circle.
episode.
I heard that. I heard that Movements album, and I had to pull out a summoning circle and bring emo back. Oh, I really fuck with this. Jake, I remember you said that it was fine when I made you listen to it.
Yeah, I
Is
listened
that
to it again
still the
today.
sentiment?
It's still mostly fine. I think I enjoyed it more on second listen than I did the first time.
Mhm. Jacob or Justin, did you guys get to this one?
I enjoyed it, and I
Let's
added
go.
it to my playlist.
Let's go.
I didn't get to it.
I will always and forever be a Maywin advocate. I feel like I don't often. I think the last time I added a small band to the playlist for anything was Honey Revenge, and we saw how that ended up. So
Yeah.
I don't get to add my small bands very often because I don't always find them. So when I get to talk about Maywin and other bands like that, it makes me happy.
I can tell you a little something about small bands. I do that all the time unapologetically.
Yeah, you're the dedicated small band guy.
Yes.
Shout out Justin. Also, shout out Wolf and Bear for putting off their newest single, There's No Dust in the City, featuring Andrew Wells.
I know that you and I are not the same. 'Cause you always look for someone else to blame. I'm not giving up, I'm not giving in.
I feel like you can never go wrong with an Andrew Wells feature. Has there ever been an Andrew Wells feature gone wrong?
I
don't think
can't
so,
say
right?
definitively. I don't know very many Andrew Wells features, to be fair. I don't particularly love this song, but goddamn, Andrew Wells sounds great in the song. Whenever he comes on, he sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think this is.
And it just like
Right.
makes me wish that he would sing in a more normal band.
True.
Have you heard of a band called Adola?
Yes,
Itola
that
is not
a-
normal.
That is
That
not
That
a
shit is so
normal
band.
band.
that might be the most weird one.
It's not as weird as Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh, it's way weirder, I think, personally.
I think it's weirder.
I also think this is the best Wolf and Bear song.
I will give you number 2. At least I think Scorched Shore is better for me. But this band's kind of fucked up for me because I don't really like, outside of Adola and Royal Coda, I don't consider Hail the Sun Dance Gavin Dance adjacent anymore, really. But they, Swancore, whatever, I haven't really fucked with them all that much. And I saw Wolf and Bear live opening for Dance Gavin Dance a couple years ago. And literally to this day, they are one of my favorite live performances. And they sounded fucking incredible live. And I don't know how they managed to do it, but they don't sound as good in the studio. It makes no sense. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, that should not be allowed.
It's like
I
the
still-
opposite of Veil Maya.
Right? Oh, I think Veil Maya was on that tour too, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, the dichotomy, the duality of man. But I still really like this, and I think it does a very good job of being Swancore adjacent while also maintaining their own identity. One thing that makes me sad is this is Tim Feerick's last recorded work, this album. And then there will never be new Tim Feerick material again, which makes me very sad. But I'm happy to hear his bass lines one last time. I'm very excited for the album just for that very reason. If they can continue to put out songs that are of this quality about the same, there's a very strong top 20 contention, I'll say. I'm not going to be super optimistic about top 10, but overall I thought this was really solid, and Andrew Wells really elevates it to the next level. I like how present he is throughout the song. Shout out them for doing a fucking feature properly. That's how it should be. Jake.
Yes. Catch Your Breath have finally done it. They have announced the album. And also released a brand new song, YSKW, also known as You Should Know Why.
Give up, I give up. You should know why I'm giving you up. My tolerance high. You're only a crutch. You in my bed.
What should I know? And why should I know it?
You Should Know Why, Catch Your Breath are potentially dropping a top 10 album of the year next month.
It's next month. Damn.
October
It's on the
20th, I
October fair.
believe.
Yeah, same day as
Yeah.
Foreign Affair.
I have to prepare.
I have some problems with this. First of all, this is of the 4 singles they've dropped this year. No Evil is just below this, and this is like number 3 of the 4 to me, in my opinion. I couldn't quite get into it,
What about
and I also
Dial?
don't like Dial Tone released last year, and also that
No, but is
that
it on
doesn't count.
the Is it on the album?
It's blown up too
Yes.
big. Yes, it is.
Diotone and Shame on Me are on the album.
And that's why I'm kind of upset, because fucking No Evil is the opener and Shame on Me is the closer. And it makes me upset to know that.
Well, Another band that fucked up. We should add this to the bingo card. We should really add it to the bingo card.
We should
And
at
this,
this point,
this song's not bad, but I think of like all of the recent singles, like No Evil was just way too heavy, reminiscent of like their older stuff. And I think they should lean more into like the cleaner stuff with like Shame on Me and whatnot. This just doesn't have the energy that I look for in Catch Your Breath. And when 21 Gun Salute dropped, I don't think we talked about that when it did, but that's probably been like my favorite single since Dial Tone.
So as far as I'm concerned, Shame on Me and Dial Tone are fantastic. No Evil is fine. I can accept it as an opener. I'm cool with them, like their roots are in heavier metalcore stuff. I'm fine with them integrating it. I definitely think they have leaned more into like their softer side, which I think is also for the better, but I'm also not mad about them including heavier stuff. Then we get Savage's 21 Gun Salute in this.
For me. No Evil
Yes.
is the opener.
It's the opener.
Yes.
Shame on Me is the closer for the album.
Why would they do that?
Right.
Didn't we just discuss this?
We did, but I knew Shame on Me was the closer. I think it cut out for me. I didn't realize No Evil was the opener. That is interesting decision.
And it should have been in the middle, but it is what it is. Keep going, Jake.
My argument is that this is single number 6, and I don't, other than No Evil being like not my favorite but still fine, I don't think this band has missed. That's just kind of what it boils down. I don't think this band has missed. I think this song is really solid. I think the other songs they've dropped this year are also really solid. And I don't know, I'm almost getting vibes of like a Casket's Lost Souls with how this album is shaping up.
Really? I don't think that at all because of the metalcore.
Well, yeah, No Evil is the exception to that, but like the other 5 songs.
I mean, at least Catch Your Breath can vary their sound.
I think, the comparison that I want to make is Until I Wake. And I know they went on tours, so that feels like a freebie. But like, where they drop a couple really good songs, and it makes you really excited for the album, then all of a sudden like single 4 comes out and you're like, wait, no, stop, hold on, what the fuck just happened? And then you get to the album and it's like, okay, there's a couple good ones on here, but overall like you feel like they didn't live up to their potential that they showed with like the first couple songs that they dropped. That's the vibe I'm getting with this album. I want to be wrong. I want this to come out. I want to love every song on it. I want the 3 singles I haven't really felt as high on to click with me. Because I love Shame on Me. And this song too, for that matter. But I have been mildly disappointed by the rest of what I've heard. So a little.
Well, hopefully the album can change your mind.
Exactly. Hope it'll change all of our minds, except for Jake's. I think Jake's on the positive path.
I
am definitely leaning more positive here.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
The rest of the album comes out, we all love it. Jake fucking hates it. It's terrible. Most disappointing album of the year. Do we have another one next that is potentially a consensus song somehow?
Yeah.
I was hinting at it earlier. I think this is the one. Jacob, take it away.
Polaris have released their 3rd and final single. I think it's the 3rd. Titled Overflow.
The best single.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on that one.
Justin?
I mean, if there was any band and any sound to do it with, this would be it. I'm sad that the rest of the music isn't like this, but yes.
So is that you saying you like this song? Let's fucking go.
Yes. It just makes me upset that most of their songs are not like this. Because I was really wanting to get into this album.
We'll talk about that next one.
We'll talk about that next one. But man, this song is incredible. In a month where I feel like most of the singles fell to the wayside behind all of the albums, this has probably been the standout single of the month for me. There is so much
It's not the
good.
best for me, honestly. It's not the best. There's a better one.
There's so much good going on in this song. From, I don't know what their the bassist who does the Queen vocals, I don't know what his name is, but I feel like he sounds better than ever singing the chorus in here. He's singing it with more inflection, with more power, more emotion than I feel like he ever has, and it comes across so well. In the chorus, you get, "It kills to hear you say, I can't stand to see you like this," before going into verse 2. And then the second chorus is, "It kills to hear you say, I can't stand to see you like this, because it's more than I can take." And just that development throughout the song is so awesome. And lyrically, there's so many other lines I could bring up in this song as well. But I think by far the standout moment of this song is the wild-ass breakdown bridge thing that's going on.
I'm not what I think. I'm not what I feel.
Yes.
I'm addicted,
And-
afflicted, and dying to heal.
It's so good.
That
It's
is-
like, I spent like an hour the night that song came out trying to like headbang properly to the breakdown, because I wanted to get the timing right so fucking bad because it's so cool. But it was so unpredictable that it took me like 6 or 7 times of having the song on repeat before I finally started to pick up on the patterns.
Jake's gonna need a neck brace.
Oh man, Polaris, they saved the third single for the best single once again. I don't think this stacks up to Landmine or Hypermania, but damn, this is the best single of the album cycle.
Wow,
for
this
sure,
is
in
the
my
best
opinion.
Polaris song in a long.
Yeah.
I actually pray for it exists.
Pray for Rain does exist, yeah.
Let's pray for rain. All this is fleeting. And then this. Actually, this is number 4 after hearing another song on the album. I think Dissipate might be better. I can't lie, guys. I'm a big Dissipate proponent.
We'll touch on
Again,
that more
we'll
in
get to that
our
next month.
September recap. Yeah, little teasers. But yeah, this song is fantastic in literally every way.
This has like a very similar vibe to the new Our Hollow, Our Home song.
It does.
It does, actually, yeah.
It's got the water vibes in the title.
Yes.
Jacob.
Silent Planet have released Collider. Which came with an album announcement September 3rd, I want to say. And the album is called Super Bloom, which is not something I would have expected from the Silent Planet. That is not a name I would have expected.
Right. I'm going to put a take out into the world, and I apologize in advance.
Uh-oh.
Antimatter and Collide are the
Right.
2 best lead singles for an album ever.
That is a take.
That is a take.
You remember
I don't-
Signal? Signal is there. Remember?
Oh, well, yeah, whatever. That song is, as far as I'm concerned, it's not on the album. Fuck it. I don't even have words for the emotions that this riff makes me feel. This is like riff of the year, and it's not particularly close, in my opinion.
This is. I already can confirm this is in top 10.
Yeah, easily.
So we got
This
three
is
songs.
This is the Jacob freebie for the year. You already know what my freebie is.
Yeah. I will be genuinely surprised if this album does not land album of the year for me. With the trajectory that it's on.
Album of the year,
is-
not even top 10, just straight up album of the year.
This will be album of the year.
Yeah.
I'm putting it down right now.
Did you know Garrett was scared of doing cleans?
Yeah. I don't
He sounds
it's-
great doing them.
Dude, it's like fucking, maybe not to the same extent, but it's like Noah Sebastian all over again. I saw some like thing where he intentionally buried his cleans in the mix of Finding God Before God Finds Me because he didn't believe in his ability to sing. And now look at him. Like, I need these vocalists to try singing more, man. It just this at times almost reminds me of a current song. I feel like, especially in the chorus.
I can see it.
I can
see it.
But this is way better than anything Currents has ever done ever, so it's all good.
Ooh, that's some Better Days slander as far as I'm
Fuck, I
concerned.
forgot about that song. Okay, this is better than anything Currents has ever done besides one song.
All right, I'll level with you there, sure.
No, I know no slander to Currents in praise of Silent Planet, because I still do love Currents at times, but I cannot find a singular flaw with this or with Antimatter. Nothing. I could not give a single criticism. There are no words. None.
The more that time passes, the more I regret not getting that ticket to see Dayseeker and Silent Planet in New Haven. Because I was like, oh, it's just Dayseeker. I don't care about Silent Planet.
I'm so mad at you. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Right? And of course, you're not coming to fucking Richmond. Why would they? Silent Planet are that fucking band.
They are that fucking band.
Last year there was Bad Omens. I think 2021 was Spiritbox. I think for the most part, not in any objective.
This year was Sweep Token.
No, that was 2021.
No,
I said it.
Iridescent. Well, Iridescent was also fucking phenomenal.
No, this is already this album already is better than Iridescent. Already.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to Iridescent in full. Based on these two singles, I'm not counting Signal. Based on these two signals, it is probably better than Iridescent, to my taste anyway.
I'm also wondering, when I saw them, I think it was November I saw them last. They played and they called it an unreleased demo. I'm wondering if that is on the album, because that is heavy.
It might be the next one, to be honest. I think there's one coming out, September 22nd? Yeah. Oh man, dude. This
I have a video of it too, so I could compare.
Ooh, yeah. And if it isn't, guaranteed the heavy one. Silent Planet just cannot miss. I hope I don't fucking eat my words. I'm gonna be so sad if this album, if I don't end up loving this album. But I cannot be convinced that I won't at this point.
In the same way that Justin wishes Polaris sounded like Overflow all the time, I wish that Silent Planet would do this all the time and just be like Queens with some uncleans here and there.
Yeah, same.
Sounds like
this too.
Wait, you like? Wait, Justin, This is. Oh fuck! How did we get here?
What is happening?
How did we get to Silent Planet and Polaris being the cohesion songs?
That's wild.
I don't know. It's not. It's unfortunately not in my playlist because I got to it too late. But
yeah.
I think it sounds pretty good. I also gave was it Antimatter the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gave that a listen. I'm intrigued.
Antimatter is significantly better than Collider as far as I'm concerned. I think Collider is a solid song. I think Collider is a solid song, but Antimatter,
I think
fucks.
Antimatter is better. I will agree. How about we move on to this next song? That is my song of the month, surprisingly. I cannot believe I'm saying this.
Right?
Gavin Dance have released The Ghost of Billy, what is it, Royalton?
Yeah.
Is that the name? Ghost of Billy Royalton.
Let's not fight feeling it and feeling it. Alleviate pain. I'm looking at the truth of it, the root of it. Stop dragging my way. I fear I'm not enough or I'm too much. Keep trying.
I like the phrase in there. It's not like they haven't released a new single called they have just released the ghost of Billy Royalton out into the world.
R.I.P. Tim Furyk.
Rest in peace, Tim Furyk, man. But holy fuck, Jacob, I'll let you.
I don't know what to say. This song has 4 vocalists on it, and they're all in the band. That's crazy to say.
Right.
There's no feature on this song, and there's 4 vocal tracks. That in itself is crazy to me. This song is everything. It's got a little bit of everything of if you like this part of Dance Gavin Dance, it's in this song. If you like this other part of Dance Gavin Dance, it's in this song. The highlight for me is definitely Andrew's part.
Like at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then with Tillian harmonizing with him.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's that one fucking SpongeBob ascending picture. I don't have it.
Yes.
It's that.
It's just a fun Gavin Dance song. It's like a Strawberries Week.
Mm.
Mm.
It is weird
It's-
that it
it's
feels
sad.
so fun given how sad it is.
Right?
This feels like them going back to like acceptance speech era instrumentals with instant gratification era Tillian vocals, which is like the best of both worlds. This is easily a top 5 Gavin Dance song for me within like just like 2
I
weeks
would
of
agree.
listening, which feels weird for like I wouldn't have expected like some fucking one-off to do that just randomly, but
After that album, was it last year?
yeah, Jackpot Juicer.
That album was so disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Right? This is what we need. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. John sounds strangely clear.
Yes.
It's like they took him to fucking where was it they put him for that Bruno Mars cover. I think they took him to some like steamy room in Florida and have him record vocals, and it sounded clearer. It sounds like that same thing, but he sounds better, I think, this way. I don't know. Jake, you noticed he sounded different too, right? Did you like
Yes.
him any more or less? That he sounds
I
different?
liked him more.
Eh.
I liked him more.
I don't really. I'm like not like I don't like it more. I don't like it less. It's just kind of there for me. I don't particularly love this song. It's fine.
About what I expected for the Jake take on a Gavin Dance
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
It's we're par for the course.
I'll still say I think Headhunter or the one
Werewolf?
that the one that Nothing Shameful.
Oh,
Nothing
Dude,
Shameful is probably still my favorite.
This feels like a closer.
this does, and I'm very confused because I feel like it can
I
also
hope
be
it,
an
I
opener.
really I don't want it to be attached to anything. I just want it to be a
Yeah,
song.
I assume it's not. But we'll see.
Yeah. The music. If there's one disappointing part about this song for me, it's the music video.
There's a
which-
music video?
Yeah, it was a Will Swan passion project that he tried to take like all of Tim's favorite shit, like Star Wars and dinosaurs, and make a movie out of it, which was like cool, but it's all like AI generated, so some of it just looks a little like fucked up. It's not horrible, it's just really weird to watch and not like in a great way, which felt like I understand the premise, and like obviously it's all like Tim's favorite shit, so it's cool it's a tribute to Tim, and they did what they could given the limited time and scope, and like I get it, but like it was still just a very awkward watch almost, which is like so not a music video I'll ever be going back to, but the song itself, fuck yeah. You would think that one of the last two would be my song of the month, but it's actually this next one, Jake, if you want to tell us about it.
Spiritbox have dropped brand new song Jaded and also announced an upcoming EP called The Fear of Fear.
And I've always been ashamed that I wanna fall into a dream with my undesecrated lies.
It's like
Which
hurt
I
people. Hurt
believe,
people.
yeah, I believe it's coming out. I think was it
November
November
3rd?
3rd? November 3rd,
3rd,
yeah.
with Silent Planet.
Oh, that's gotta be crazy. So this song slaps.
Yeah, I will go so far as to say that it's not only the best single of the month, but out of every single song we have in this playlist, this is the best one. I am going to die on that hill.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you're too
know.
far off on that, honestly, Derek. This is... God, I almost want to say this is the best song they've dropped since Circle With Me. I am close to saying that.
I don't think it's quite that, but I think you're very close. I mean, it would be like Eternal Blue for me,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yeah.
This song's all right.
What is keeping you from liking this song? What is the thing that makes
I
you
don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Bro just has the Spiritbox block in his head.
Yeah.
Courtney's delivery on like
The
the
spirit
"What if
block.
I was." Courtney's delivery on "What if I was" when she like screams it is so
Yes.
fucking good. And there's like one time where it's like "What if I" with a slight pause and then "was."
Mhm.
It's just so good, dude. I have not listened to this song nearly enough because fuck August 25th. But goddamn, this like, if Polaris isn't my song of the month, it's this. So yeah, Spiritbox have already single-handedly this has put them in my top 5 EPs of the year with this song alone.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know what more needs to be said about Spiritbox that hasn't already been said over the past few years.
They
Yeah,
have this
This is their second best single
Okay.
single or song.
song.
Oh hell yeah! What's number 1 for you?
Circle with me.
Oh yeah, figures.
I-
That
I
checks
feel-
out.
I feel like the song. I think what's missing from this for me, and not making it better, is that "Circle with Me" had more cleans.
Mm.
I feel like if this had the same kind of atmospheric instrumentation as "Circle with Me," but kept the cleans in a little bit more instead of being a little bit unclean focused to the point where I think it kind of blends with a lot of stuff.
Did you not like The Void? Because I feel like The
No.
Void would be much more up your alley.
I didn't like it.
This is better than the Void. This is better than the Void.
This is better than The Void. Yes. I guess the last thing I really want to comment on is that the opening riff and just like the main riff of this song in general is one of the best riffs I've heard all year. Derek, you were saying it with Silent Planet, and I was like, I'm literally just stealing that exact argument, but in a
Yeah,
different song.
This is also up there. I mean, like it's just undeniable. Mike, what is
It's
it? Mike
just
Stringer?
so fucking it's just so fucking chunky.
It's a fucking beast. Just every part of this, adding the bassist from As I. Now, here is the question: do you think they will ever incorporate the "As I Lay Dying" clean into the band?
That is such
Wait,
a hard
that
question.
guy is from
Yeah.
As I Lay Dying?
He's the clean vocalist and bassist. Yeah, this band is
He does-
effectively
he-
now
he-
a supergroup.
Yeah, this
He-
band is
he-
effectively a super.
He
group.
does vocals live.
Okay. Damn.
But will they ever? Will he ever do vocals on like a studio version of a song?
He's in the art. He's in the like band artwork now, so
He was in the music video.
Yeah.
I feel like he could.
That would
They
just be
they should. They
I
should.
feel like if they do, that's like a make them suffer type situation that we've got going on.
Mm.
Oh. No,
That
they
would be
should. They
reverse
should
make
do
them
that.
suffer. That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it's Spiritbox are just reverse make them suffer.
I need that. I need that desperately.
Maybe that's what this band needs. We just solved box, guys.
We've opened Jacob's Spiritbox block.
The spirit block has been lifted.
It's cracking.
Yeah, Jaded is fantastic. I'm sure we'll touch on it again when the EP drops in November. I don't got nothing else to add.
For sure. Woe Is Me are back with another single, Red. They are mad.
Yes.
These guys are-
This
Someone
song
hurt them
slaps
again.
until like the last minute. It gets boring.
Yeah, I feel like the ending breakdown was very expected. I don't
This
know.
feels like two different songs spliced together.
It reminds me of Secrets a lot in that way, or that new Secrets album, I should say. This definitely felt like a new Secrets song. I still really liked it. Obviously, not as much as like the last 7 that we talked about, but I do like this new iteration of Woe Is Me, and I do wish this was more like Ghost, but I also understand that like people are expecting a certain range out of this band that if they're making a comeback they have to deliver on. So like I get it, and I'm always happy to hear more Michael Bond on it. Like I'll never not take him, but I think you're right, Justin. At times it does feel like 2 separate songs. And then they do the ending breakdown like Outsider by Veil of Maya, but because Veil of Maya did it like 3 years ago, now it's just really obvious.
And Ice Time Kill.
Now that part I wouldn't know. I'm not very well versed in the Einstein Kills lore. No, overall, good song. Not great song, but surrounded in the playlist by good songs at least. So
Yeah, this
Surrounded,
one's
you
girl,
say? Surrounded,
Yeah,
you
this-
say? Is that saying something
Oh.
about the next song?
no, my bad. Sorry, it is preceded by. There's. I don't know about the next one actually, Jake. I haven't heard it. I'm saving it
Oh,
for the
okay.
album.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm saving a song for a Beartooth album. What fucking world do we live in?
Before we move on to
Right.
that, the only comment I have about this Woe Is Me song is that it's just not as good as Ghost.
No, I guess it's just way better. But I mean, it makes sense. Lead single is better. Second single, meh. Third single pulls back with a ballad. What?
I'm thinking of The Summoning by Sleep Token.
Yeah, Chokehold was better.
You're always
No.
thinking of Sleep Token, though.
I'm
That's not
always
fair.
thinking of Sleep Token. It's true. No, but
Jake-
Derek said the second single always is not as good. Even though it
Well,
released
Jaded was
today,
better
but-
than The Void. So
Okay.
I, you know,
Doubt
maybe,
me.
maybe,
Doubt me.
maybe I'm eating my
Doubt
own
me.
shit.
You're doubting me. Doubt me.
Jake Trias.
Doubt me.
Beartooth!
Jake!
Beartooth! I dropped new single Doubt Me.
So give me all you got. I can't wait to watch you ride. If there's one thing you should learn about me, don't ever fucking doubt me.
Snake! Snake!
Jake!
So from one pissed off song to another pissed off song.
Oh
Yo,
shit!
Beartooth are mad.
I don't think I've ever heard Caleb Shomo swear.
Surely he swore on other songs before.
No, he's a super Christian man, isn't he? He was in Attack, right?
Yeah, I swear he swore on some other song on Disease.
I'm looking through their discography. I don't see any E's beside any of these songs.
Alright, well, anyway, Caleb Shomo dropped a very, not very deep lyric, but a very powerful lyric that is in line with the themes of positivity that he has been spewing out into the world with this album cycle. If there's one thing you should learn about me, don't ever fucking doubt me.
This is the first time I've heard him swear.
If it is the first time Caleb's sworn in a song, well, I mean, what a time
In
to
a
do it. The
Beartooth
song is...
song.
Yeah, this is... I want to say this is my favorite single coming into this album cycle, or coming up into the surface as an album. Not to say that the other songs are bad. I think Might Love Myself is a solid song. Riptide is also really solid, but this song, this is the Beartooth that I have come to know and love over the years. It is Caleb's Queens shining like usual in the chorus, and then he is kind of mad the rest of the song. You get a pretty sick breakdown. You get a typical breakdown, riff down type of thing. It's like not shattering any new ground other than him swearing for a Beartooth song, but it's just done really well. Think a song like Phantom Pain or Hell of It. Hell of It's not really a great example, but Phantom Pain is probably the song that I would associate with most. Get sick riffs. Well, you take the positivity of the other songs, but spin it in a more angry, yet also still uplifting light. And I feel like that's a very promising sign for the album, because I feel like Riptide, Sunshine, and Might Love Myself are all more overtly positive, whereas this one is like angry but confident. And I like that distinction. Could Beartooth make another run for a top 10 album of the year? I don't know. There's a chance.
I
There's a
haven't been
chance.
really listening, like, what's the word? Continuously listening to like these singles. Like, they haven't been on repeat for me. And I think that's going to play as a benefit towards me when the album comes out.
Agreed.
I think I'll enjoy it more.
From one pissed off song to another pissed off song to a third pissed off song. Jacob.
Imminence have released their third single, Heaven Shall Burn. And this sounds like Lorna Shore.
At times. Kind of. Only kind of.
I think this is the actually I think this is the heaviest Imminent song. I think it's heavier than
Yeah.
Temptation.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's also my least favorite Eminem song. I think it's fine.
Oh, I think this
Least
is awesome.
favorite this cycle. Least favorite this cycle. I like Desolation and Come Hell or High Water more than this. But this song is fine.
So what is he pissed at?
Heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven in hiding to heaven shall burn. He found heaven and then he doesn't want it.
He hid there
That's a
for
good
too long.
point,
He got
actually.
sick of that shit.
Yeah. I feel like Eminence, like, just in general, the past few years have just leaned into being heavy for the sake of being heavy because Eddie Berg wants to be heavy.
Yeah, they've definitely changed.
Yeah.
This is more I feel like the direction we're going, like from Turn the Light On, it was like depressed, and then Heaven Hiding was like dark and depressed, and this is like
Angry and
anti-religion.
depressed.
Yeah, I'm enjoying these singles so far. I'm very curious if we're gonna get an album announcement soon, because I'm finally getting to see this band live in November or December. November. I bought a ticket, I swear. Yeah, this is fun.
Justin.
If you've ever seen a quicker heel turn between Imminence, Heaven Shall Burn, and this next single, Moonlight Euphoria by Sunsleep.
Feel it now. Moonlight euphoria. Is this a trip? These highs we reach.
Justin, remember you introduced me to that band, okay?
I did. I just find it funny how the playlist is ordered. This is off a upcoming album titled Moonlight Euphoria, dropping October 27th.
Bro, what's happening to October? Seems pretty stacked.
It's getting stacked so
It's getting
far.
stacked.
I
think this is the closer.
It is the closer.
No,
So fucked up.
Yo,
But
we're adding
but-
that to the bingo card.
Yeah.
I think Bradley from Amorosa was sacrificed in this song.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a fucking Amorosa song and much better than anything on that album.
yeah, Sting was that
One
was
of
an
the
album
albums.
released this year.
One of the albums released this year. I didn't listen to it. I'm just interpreting.
I would argue maybe the worst album released this year.
This is a very, very fun song.
This is.
Do I need to remind you about Crown the Empire for the second time?
Oh,
in a
God,
week?
No,
yeah, never
no,
mind. That
no,
album's
no,
fucking
no.
terrible.
Stop it.
I'll
There's
bark.
worse albums.
I'll
than
bark.
Crown the
I'll do
Empire.
it.
There's worse. Dude, I'm gonna name an album, and you will bark.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Evergreen. Worst album of the year.
You bitch.
Just mark
Oh.
dog barks up
I
on
just
the
leaked my
bingo
list.
card.
I just gave you such. I like looked over at your Discord profile picture and gave it side eye. I hope you know that.
So back to this.
Just said sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, because fucking Devin Barris doesn't miss. All four of these singles have been fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking Hello Goodbye, Stolen Crown, Medication, Moonlight Euphoria, all of them been phenomenal. I love the slow fade out in the outro to this. It honestly just makes it much more replayable. Chorus is super fucking catchy. Moonlight Euphoria, Is This a Dream? These Highs We Reach, Open the Door Beyond, Horizons Bleed, The Night Is Here. It's fucking good. It's like it's the instrumentals of Amorosa mixed with like the lyrics and lyricism of Time Evaluator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Devin Barros has always been a great lyricist. I mean, obviously a great vocalist, but I think that's a really an underappreciated part of this project in general, in the way that he can make those lyrics flow into different melodies. The dude's a genius and incredibly underappreciated in the scene. I know he does a lot of back behind the scenes producing, because I'm pretty sure he produced this whole album by himself. So
It's being released through SPG, which I didn't mention this, but I was waiting for Sunsleep. Sunsleep is touring with Johnny Craig, A Foreign Affair, and Keep My Secrets later this year, and I'm absolutely going to that Richmond show.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to as well. I can't miss out on finally seeing Sunsleep after all these years, and also seeing old Emerosa shit. Speaking of Emerosa,
yeah. But no, like, I'm excited for this album. It's a shame this is the closer. But with that fade in or fade out outro, I think it makes sense.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hoping that. I mean, obviously, it's always disappointing to get the closer as a single, but I'm hoping that the rest of the experience of the album will make it make more sense, and I'll be able to say, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Looking at the track list, there's this album's weird because it's got a Johnny Craig feature and then a fucking Amber Lynn feature.
What the hell?
Right?
I forgot that they toured with Anne Berlin. That's still strange. What a very odd crossover.
Oh, they have Rain, a song called Rain on the album, so it's got to be good.
Oh, of course. Well, there was a certain Rain released earlier this year.
I mean, what I said.
Justin, how many songs did you add to this playlist?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
It says 86.
How many of these singles?
I may need to go to therapy.
1, 2, 3 song, 4 song, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Look,
10, 11, 12.
Someone's got to spread the good word.
Bro is a missionary for post-hardcore.
We got
He's the post-hardcore pope.
We got a Long Last back after dropping their previous EP, Lost. This is their new single, Therapy.
Maybe I should come back and somehow. Everybody told me therapy won't save me from myself.
This is a really good picturesque song.
It is a good picturesque song.
Yeah.
Didn't we always compare this band?
I think we did when
Yes.
Dylan Lost dropped. This one in
Yes.
particular really feels like it to me. That's a good thing, but
It's good. I went back and listened to some of that EP, and I don't know. I think a lot of the EP is better than this.
Yeah. This song also suffers from its release date.
Yeah, but we ignore that because it's fine. But otherwise, like, I think Feel is still my favorite. There is a upcoming album that they're working on, so I assume this is gonna be off of it, but it's definitely not dropping this year. But Long Last is one of the more highly consistent bands that we have, especially like newer up.
For how small and like new they are to making music. Like, for fans of Picturesque, Colorblind, Sweeping with Sirens to an extent, even, you could argue, definitely in that kind of vein and making quality stuff for how small they are, and definitely underappreciated.
Well, one thing I did want to mention, and kind of a little bit off topic from the song itself, but starting incorporating some of the AI stuff that I'm happy with. They did like a weird music video where it was like it was shot IRL, but it was like ran through an AI filter. So like it was like it was them, but then like the faces would like change like the AI and stuff, and it's like super off-putting. I'm kind of hoping it's not staying with that. I don't know if the album or the single artwork is generated. I don't know how much more that's gonna base off of, but I did want to kind of bring that up because I know that's a trend that's been kind of brought up. Normandie did that a little bit when On the Water was dropping. And kind of hoping that's not sticking around, but we'll see. We got another band coming back after a little bit of a hiatus. We got Paloma with Michael Swank of Fox Era dropping their single You and I.
You and I, we're not the same. I'll never forget. You and I, 'cause I don't wanna fake it. You and I.
This is probably one of the more teased Paloma songs. I remember some of the lyrics from the song vaguely from some of Ray's teasing, and it's a really good Paloma song.
Paloma finally went a little bit heavier for the first time since their first single. It was
My
like
Oh
the
My,
only
yeah.
time, My Oh My is the only other time they've had any form of harsh vocals other than this. It has been quite the wait because My Oh My is almost 4 years old at this point. Jesus Christ.
It is,
Um,
Jesus.
This
And-
band needs to release an EP or album.
Yeah,
Stat.
it's like
yeah.
We can't keep waiting.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like
They said the
feel like
EP
we-
is done earlier this year.
Give it to me.
I feel like we've been saying that I feel like we've been saying since 2020 or 2021 that the moment this band drops an EP or album, it's in all of our top 10 whatever category you put it in.
Well, I'm
Just
afraid at
announce
this point, with what they've dropped, I'm afraid at this point it's just gonna be a certain amount of singles and then
Yeah.
1 or 2 new songs.
I don't care. It'll
Hon-
be a banger EP.
Yeah, I don't care. It's gonna be better. It's gonna
It
be
would still
better
be
than
real good.
it's gonna be a top 5 EP, no matter what at this point it feels like. So Ray's just an incredibly talented vocalist, and instrumentally, there's always so much groove and just catchy melodies to it. Just every
Where
single
was-
time, one of the most consistent hidden gems. It's crazy that where you can even talk about Paloma as a hidden gem.
Right? Doesn't feel right.
Where is the Michael Swing feature in this? I couldn't find it.
Second verse, I think.
Okay.
It does sound very similar to.
Yo, 2 a.m. is still
It's still the best one.
my favorite.
I think this is my top 3. I think Bad is still just above this, but that's because I listened to Bad a ton while waiting for new material.
I go Walk Me Up, My Oh My, and then probably I don't know. It's ranking them
All
is
Paloma
just,
is good.
all Paloma is good Paloma.
The only one that I think is forgettable for me is Fever.
I'd say the only kind of forgettable one for me
Wow.
is Quicksand. I think Fever is
Wow.
I think we're hurting Jacob a little bit on this.
Let's go.
Bro feels pain.
Let's move on. Let's move on. I'm excited to talk about this next one.
All right, get a move on then.
Derek.
Harry Was Here has dropped his most recent single, The End, which is the last single off of an EP called Stuck, Run, Sink, Die, The End.
My hands above the steering wheel before I drive all the only fucking minutes. Wait on my sins. I ain't no saint, so I even pretend.
I
It's an
love
EP.
this EP artwork.
Yep. I really was hoping this one would get you, Jacob. I'm not gonna lie. After we talked about that most recent Eden album, I thought this might-
It's a whole EP. I didn't know. I thought it was
Yeah.
just one song.
It's all
Oh,
coming
so
together.
exciting.
So what you're saying is we might have to adjust our part 2 of the August recap.
We could do that. Came out last month. So yeah, so Harry
Oh,
Was
this is the
Here is this I don't even want to, it's somewhere between alt pop and hyper pop and some alt rock type of thing. It's one of those kind of in between artists. You can't really, again, genres fucking suck. He always puts out really kind of melancholy music almost, but you never really feel it because of the tempo and the pacing. This shit slaps. This is so good. I honestly haven't heard the EP either, Jacob, so I think I know what I'm doing after this. But yeah, this is a really special sort of sound that I feel like you don't get from a lot of artists, even in the hyperpop scene, and it makes me appreciate it all the much more. I think this is fucking cool. What about this piques your interest so much?
His tone, his voice.
Yeah.
I just really good at displaying emotion, I guess, is what gets me.
I think that
It does sound a lot like Eden.
It does. It does. It's very Eden-esque. I'm trying to think what other artists are like that. I can't think of really many others, honestly. Dude's fucking phenomenal. But yeah, this is just good shit. It's good shit all around. Jake, did you listen to this perchance?
It's okay.
Bro, I need to see UHC highlights to this.
You're about 5 years too late to that one.
That is not what I expected. You could have given me a lot of tries to guess.
I played my one and only public game of the year like 2 weeks ago.
How'd that go?
I died.
No, I saw how that went. I liked that.
Yeah, I died about 20 seconds after PvP got enabled. It was fucking gold.
All right, we got 2 left, guys.
2 more. Written by wolves. I've dropped new song, Altar.
I'm not your soldier, it's over. I will kneel at your altar. I'm not your...
When's the album or EP?
We have no fucking idea still.
They are one of the remaining like standouts for fucking new like a release date.
Bro, you're telling me I could have heard the closer already?
Probably.
I think there's a very
You could have
real
also heard the
possibility.
closer in Heaven Shall Burn by Eminence.
That's true. That would be an epic closer, though.
I don't
Well,
want to jinx
If
it.
does to me again, I'll be pissed.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think Altar has strong closer energy.
No,
It does, but I'm expecting a slower song.
Jover.
This is a solid written by wolves song.
This is my least favorite of the newest singles.
I'm inclined to agree.
But it's not bad.
It's not bad, no.
I think it's just got a really high bar to hit.
Yeah.
With Misery, Give 'Em Hell, and Take Me Home.
Yeah, the other weird thing for
it's
me...
just not setting them.
The other weird thing for me is just that Take Me Home was like a 5-minute song. And I feel like Altar is just the same archetype of song. But again, and releasing them as back-to-back singles is weird to me.
It's also, you get like a full, like, half the track is like the same 3 lines repeated.
Yeah, it is a pretty repetitive song.
It's unfortunate. I kind of want to see... I wish this was shorter and had like a fade out where it led into another song.
Yeah, this is definitely... Whereas Take Me Home deserves its 5-minute runtime, I feel like Altar does not earn its 4:43 runtime and should have been shorter. Because I was like... By the time I was hitting the 3:30 mark, I'm like, okay, we should be fading out and like hitting the end of the song. And then I'm like, there's still like a minute and a half left of the song. What the fuck?
I did like the like toward the middle where the instrumentals got a bit more fast paced, where it said I won't stand aside and let it come undone here and now, I'll make a vow. I think that was probably my favorite part, but it was so short and it's just this feels too long for a written by wolves. And like if we were to compare with anything off of Secrets, like this is all in the like bottom half of that album. But
not to say that this song is outright bad. I just want to make sure that's clear. It's just this band has reached such high peaks, and they are not reaching those same high peaks that I was hoping they would with these singles.
It's really easy
And
to
particularly
kind of see through some of the cracks. But 3 out of 4, I think we're still on par for like a really good album.
Oh yeah.
When it drops in November, wink wink.
No, drop it February 9th. Drop it February 9th.
Stop. Why are you like this?
It'd be funny.
You know what, Jake? Fuck you forever.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
That's the name of the next song.
Bye, Varsity.
No, they actually dropped a new song called "Forget You Forever." Actually,
True, the clean version.
They dropped
Why
a
isn't that in the
clean,
playlist?
a clean version and an unclean version, which was really weird, but makes sense if they want to do like
Oh, yeah.
Octane stuff. This is another album that's dropping October 27th.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, October's fucked.
yeah, October has gotten quietly stacked, huh? Well, it's
Just a little
Sunsweep, Varsity, Beartooth is in October.
A Foreign
What else?
Affair.
Catch your breath, A Foreign Affair.
Just fucking
And
nuts.
then a week later, we have Spiritbox
And
Silent
Slant Plant.
Slant
Soup-
Plant, yeah.
Stoopbox and Slant Plant.
This is the bands keep doing it. This is the opener
That's
for the
fine.
album.
That's fine. Opener is
more
not a sin.
forgivable.
Opener is
Yeah.
not a sin. Closer is the sin.
Yeah. The album's called Levitate. Levitate is the closer, but has not been released yet. I like this more than the plug.
I like
I'm
Welcome
torn.
Home. Everything on Welcome Home more than these singles.
I feel
I
like
said
Varsity are following down the same path that they were for Welcome Home, where I really fuck with all of the singles, and then the album drops, and I'm not gonna care about it.
Maybe it's gonna be like the complete. It's gonna be like it was the opposite for me. It's like I didn't pay attention to any singles, and then when the album came out, it's like whoa.
Well, yeah, it was the same way. Like a lot of the singles, I liked them individually, but like trying to go back to them before the album, I couldn't really
Well,
catch on. And
What
then
were the singles for Welcome Home?
it was like Sick.
Sit Closer, Finesse.
They were
Soul.
all the first.
Soul was the
yeah,
other one.
first. They were the first 4 songs
Finesse,
of the
Sick
album.
Soul. Yeah,
Yeah,
close.
of like going back to the album, like those were probably the like weakest.
I would disagree.
So
I would also disagree.
you guys are lame.
Okay.
But I will say that I like the bass in this song.
how many tracks is this album?
15.
Oh,
Workable.
It's got a Andy Sizik feature and a it has another feature on one of the other songs called Black and Blue, and then a Lexi feature on Powerless, which is like middle of the album. Joey Tower just can't be stopped.
Yeah, Varsity are one of the most like non-stop bands around, I feel like. They are just constantly putting in the work, releasing new stuff, going out on tour and shit. Oh,
I
Tyler the
am-
Menace.
I am cautious because the last album was delayed, like right before, like
True.
a couple weeks before it was gonna drop. Like it was gonna drop on October 14th, which was another stacked date. Before that was delayed to January 2022. So I hope it's not delayed. It looks like they're on a good track. We're probably gonna get another single this month in September.
I'd be on board for that.
But all in all, like these first 2 singles, I'm intrigued. I don't think it's really doing anything different from Welcome Home. But when I was following the like teasing cycle of this while Joey Tower was working on them, a lot of the songs sounded pretty good. At least the teaser clips that he posted, which was mostly just like vocal melodies and some instrumentals. So I'm interested to see how it all lines up. These first 2 singles are kind of here and there, but it's Varsity. I don't think anything they're gonna put out is bad. That's it. That's
We
it
did
for
it,
us.
guys.
That's all of the singles for
This episode.
August.
We
In
still
our
have
August recap part 2, we have 1, maybe 2 EPs and a significantly large number of albums to talk about.
like
do
8
we
or
know the
9,
amount?
10 albums actually.
Yeah, and that's after cutting a lot of albums from discussion as well. August was insane.
August.
So, be sure to follow us on social media for more at Hivemind Radio _ on Instagram and Twitter. Hivemind Radio on YouTube, Hivemind Radio Recap on Spotify. We will be live streaming our August recap part 2, and we live stream all of our monthly recaps. So you can hang out in the chat with us as per usual. And yeah, definitely you are not going to want to miss August part 2, where we discuss the EPs and albums from this month, because as good as the singles were this month, I think the albums were arguably significantly better.
There's gonna be a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
All right.
With
Have
that
a good
out of the
one, guys.
way, any last comments, Derek, Jacob, before we send it?
Subscribe.
Yup.
True.
Do that, yeah.
All right, we will see you in our August recap part 2. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.